holiday weekend? I had a feeling you would be. Everyone except for the guy who has to dress up like Uncle Sam outside a car dealership is ready for the holiday weekend. On July 4th, 1776, the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, establishing our independence from England. Of course, the Declaration didn't find out it was adopted until many years later. There's so much division in our country right now, so much arguing and fighting, but the 4th of July is not the time for that. The 4th of July is the time to come together, to eat American hamburgers, to drink American beer, and to be driven home drunk by a foreign Uber driver. That's what this country is all about. The average American household is expected to spend $71 on picnics and or barbecues this year. Barbecues are funny. You know, at a restaurant, you never order more than one hamburger. You order one hamburger, and but they're being grilled in a backyard. For some reason, it feels perfectly okay to have 9 of them with a hot dog on the side. And if you're not an expert on the grill, a lot of people aren't, hot dogs are probably your best bet. Hot dogs are quick and easy, but you don't have to cook them the old-fashioned way. If you are planning to serve hot dogs on the 4th of July, I think you'll find this very useful. We scoured cable television to find the very best new hot dog cooking gadgets as seen on TV.
Did you know that thousands of children choke on hot dogs every year? What if there was a simple way to help reduce the risk of your kids choking? Now there's the Dog Dicer to help make eating hot dogs safer for kids. Just place your hot dog into the Dog Dicer and press for safe, bite-sized pieces.
Introducing Curl-A-Dog.
Curl-A-Dog, Curl-A-Dog.
Eating hot dogs will never be the same. Curl-A-Dog makes eating America's favorite food even more delicious. Yum!
When you put tiny hot dogs on a plate, grill, or other cooking device, because of their round shape, they roll all over the place, and many end up on the ground. Well, now there's new Big Hot Dog. No matter how you slice it, it won't roll around on the grill, and it's going to cook thoroughly and evenly every time.
The Ham Dogger takes ordinary hamburger meat and transforms it into a perfect hot dog shape, because there ain't nothing like a ham dog. Yum.
What makes a hot dog more than just a hot dog? Introducing the Happy Hot Dog Man. It brings ordinary hot dogs to life, making lunchtime more fun.
It's like a toy you can eat.
Make it a game to dress your dog the best and vote which one is the wiener. We'll also include a bonus ketchup critter and mustard monster. They attach to your existing bottles and make decorating your Happy Hot Dog Man even more fun.
That spurs so much innovation. It's like a toy you can eat. Donald Trump is on a roll. There has been a huge increase in Donald Trump-shaped piñatas this week. As I'm sure you're aware, President-elect Trump has been under fire for insensitive comments he made about Mexican immigrants. NBC and Univision responded by refusing to air the Trump-owned Miss Universe pageant. But today, the pageant found a home on Reels, which is reportedly a channel. A television CEO of Reels, a guy named Stan Hubbard, said he made the decision to air the pageant because it's a TV show, not a political event. The women participating shouldn't be punished for Trump's remarks. Also, he got it very, very cheap. He did. This is funny. He also says he's looking for a Hispanic host of the show. Good luck with that. Even Geraldo will be like, screw Stead. Guillermo, would you host the Miss Universe pageant?
No way, Jimmy.
See that? Even Guillermo will not. Who's a parking lot security guard? But Donald Trump, who referred to immigrants as murderers and rapists, is standing by his comments. Last night, he paid a visit to Don Lemon of CNN via phone.
All you have to do is go to Fusion and pick up the stories on rape. And it's unbelievable when you look at what's going on. So all I'm doing is telling the truth.
I read the Washington Post, I read the Fusion, I read the Huffington Post, and that's about women being raped. It's not about criminals coming across the border or entering the country.
Well, somebody's doing the raping, Don. I mean, you know, somebody's doing it. Just saying it's women being raped. Well, who's doing the raping?
Who's Doing the Raping is the name of the new show he's hosting for CBS on after an all-new Undercover Boss. The picture they chose. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, the State Department released about 3,000 pages of emails from Hillary Clinton's time as Secretary of State. And I want you to take a look at this one, because the subject line, you see, is apples. Apples. Clinton asked one of her aides, will we receive them this fall? How can I buy some for personal use? What other use for apples is there other than I need to buy a basket of business apples immediately? And her aide replies, I was just thinking about this last week. I'm going to order some tomorrow so that they'll be in your office when you get back from UNGA. For some reason, our New York supplier just stopped sending them after the new year. I'll set up an account to ensure we get regular deliveries again. Apple. This has to be code for pot, right? I mean, I hope Hillary got some good premium quality apples to bake with, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't it be great if we found out Hillary Clinton was a stoner? It would explain the pantsuits. We have a good show for you tonight. Andy Samberg is here tonight. Andy has a very, very funny special on HBO called 7 Days in Hell, and he also has the flu, which means in about 15 minutes, all of us will have the flu. So also tonight from the Seattle Seahawks, quarterback Russell Wilson is with us. That's right. That's right. Russell Wilson and his fully inflated balls will be here shortly. And we have music tonight from the great Butch Walker. By the way, I feel like I have to mention this. Matt Damon is in Beijing right now working on a movie called The Great Wall. And guess who has a ponytail? Guess who looks even more like a horse's ass than usual? You know, I give Matt a hard time every now and then, and he deserves it. I mean, he is a monster, but on a serious note, I do want to wish him well. I think this transition, whatever he's going through right now, takes a lot of courage, and I'm proud of him. I really am. Please, God, give us a Caitlin Damon. Thank you. In other Hollywood news, a movie based on the board game Monopoly is in the works. You know the game you never finish? They're making a movie you won't finish either. Details about the plot are scarce right now, but we do know it's about a thimble who dominates the real estate market and then goes to jail for no reason. But movie executives really need to stop having development meetings at children's birthday parties because it's starting to get... This is insane. I don't know how to feel about this. This is a video from a zoo in Monterrey, Mexico, where a young woman, for some reason, thought it was a good idea to climb into a crocodile exhibit.
Me da miedo. Y hay mucha gente que puede avisar. No, Ale, Ale, en serio no. Ale, Ale. No, Ale, Ale, ya salte, salte, Ale, Ale, Ale.
¿No puedes estar allí?
Salte, Ale. Ale, 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 Ale. Ya salte. Salte, Ale, Ale.
I'll be honest, I was rooting for the crocodiles, you know. I mean, it's like how no point did it occur to the guy shooting video to put the camera down and help. And let me tell you something, if Donald Trump had built the wall around that crocodile enclosure, never would have happened. All right, it's Thursday night, which means it's time to bleep and blur the big TV moments of the week, whether they need it or not. It is This Week in Unnecessary Censorship.
Somehow now is a dirty word. If Washington and Adams and Jefferson believed is a dirty word, we'd still be under the of England.
I Mexican people.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's robot time.
How much of that jersey is in your soccer attitude? Several black eyes.
Happy birthday to Josiah in Milwaukee. He likes playing with toy cars, playing with his and going to the park.
Last year I traveled with the baby and I wanted to myself on the airplane.
Thank you. I'm just waiting to be by the president, but that's okay. He can me any day.
We are going to squeeze every last.
I usually don't stick my mouth when I'm in front of a baseball crowd.
Elmo really needs to know if Elmo's turning into a garage, so Elmo will take the garage test.
Good decision, you little ball.
Special 4th of July edition of Live Witness News. It would be unpatriotic to miss it, so don't. We'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Andy Samberg, Russell Wilson, and music from Young, Butch Walker are on the way. But first, for those of you who are planning live fireworks this weekend, please remember, be safe. Take a safe and sane approach to fire and explode. Always make sure you ask a family member you don't like to set them off if you do them. Real fireworks, you know, the good ones, are illegal in about half of the United States, including here in Los Angeles. You can't really get anything. Here in L.A., instead of fireworks, we pack an electrical socket with peanut butter and give Gary Busey a fork. It's fun. But Independence Day, it's not about fireworks. It's a day to remember the history of our country. It's a day to remind Americans why we became America. But another part of being American is not knowing anything. So today, we went out on the street with a truckload of misinformation. Among other things, we asked people if they heard the governor of California had rescheduled the 4th of July to February. And sure enough, lots of people said they had for this very special all-American edition of Lie Witness News.
What was your reaction to California Governor Brown's proposal that because of the wildfires, they move Independence Day from the 4th of July into February?
No, I don't agree with that totally. Independence Day was meant to be on that day and should be held on that day.
Is there anything you'd like to say to Governor Brown?
Please do not move it. Keep it the day that it was set to be and that history was made.
Have your friends been talking about this?
Yeah, definitely.
What are they saying about it?
They don't like the idea of it either. You know, it's just not, I don't know, just it's a good time to do it during summer. Kids are out of school. You know, it's just, I think the best time would be during summer to have 4th of July, you know.
And it celebrates America signing the Magna Carta.
And that was the day it happened. So I believe that's the day it should be celebrated.
Where did you hear about this?
I probably heard about a month ago.
What was your reaction when you learned that Katy Perry had trademarked the word fireworks and now people have to refer to them specifically as sky sparkles?
I don't really think that it's fair. I think because we've known them as fireworks thus far, and I think that we're going to keep that name, fireworks, because that's what we've always gone by, fireworks. Now, Sky Sparkles, I think that's a phenomenal name, but I don't think a lot of us will resort to that name.
Will you be watching President Obama's planned 4th of July Confederate flag burning with the last surviving Tuskegee Airmen of the Wu-Tang Clan from the Wave Garden?
I will.
You heard about that?
I have.
You excited for it?
A little bit. Kind of, you know.
Say it.
It's kind of like the history, you know, of how that happened and like what's going on with them. You know, it's pretty good.
Do you think Founding Father James Vanderbeek is rolling over in his grave at the thought that they might move Independence Day?
I would be. If I were the founding father, if I were James Vanderbeek, I would not only roll over, I would get up and definitely do whatever I could to fight that.
He fought for America at the Battle of Dawson's Creek.
He did what?
What do you think Founding Father Nathan Fillion meant when he said, "Give me liberty or give me a break"? #Castle.
Well, I think we need to have our freedom. We need to have our independence, or else we become heavy with burdens and we don't have liberty.
Did you learn about that quote in school?
Yeah, I remember more in college, so when it became more relevant and we had our independence to think of what it meant to us individually.
Dude, here, hold on for a second. I just want to sync up my watch real quick. Is that the right time?
Well, we'll be eventually. It's 5 o'clock.
All right, happy hour. Do you think moving Independence Day is insulting to our forefathers, Alexander P. Keaton, Jack Carter, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Reginald Bell Johnson?
I would suggest so. I think they signed it on that day, you know, because that was the time for it. That was the best time.
I'm sure you heard Donald Trump came out and said white people should celebrate on the 4th of July, black people on the 5th, and Mexicans on February 29th. Is that fair that Mexicans only get to celebrate once every 4 years?
No. I think everyone should be free to celebrate whenever they want. I mean, it's America. If you want to celebrate the 4th of July, go for it. We're all here to have a good time, respect each other.
You heard Donald Trump say that?
Yeah, I heard it on the radio.
Well, thanks for watching.
That's our national pastime. Not telling the truth. Hey, we have a good show tonight. We have music from Butch Walker. Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson is here, and we'll be right back with Andy Samberg. So Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson is here. And then later, his album is called Afraid of Ghosts. Music from Butch Walker. You'll like him. You know, our first guest tonight from 7 seasons of Saturday Night Live and 2 seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He's very sick tonight, and he's here anyway. You can see him next with Jon Snow from Game of Thrones in the very funny and fake tennis documentary, 7 Days in Hell. It premieres July 11th on HBO. Please welcome Andy Samberg. Welcome, welcome. Thanks. How's it going? It's good to see. Thank you. I want to say thanks for. I know you have you're very sick, and you came anyway. You have the flu, and I appreciate you coming. I really do.
Yeah, it's no problem. I didn't really see the need for the suit and everything.
Well, it's just, you know what? It's just a precaution I like to take. We do it with all the guests who have the flu. It's not me. It's ABC. You know, if.
Because I talked to a couple of ABC execs.
You did?
Yeah, and they said you wanted it.
No. You know how they are. They don't like confrontation. You're the talent. You know, they just don't want to get into it with you. But again, thank you so much for wearing the suit. Are you okay in there? Are you taking anything for this flu?
For the flu, yeah. I'm on all kinds of meds.
You are?
Yeah. It's my head's a little soupy. This feels a little bit like a dream. But yeah, they got me on like the Tamiflu. And Advil cold and sinus and a bunch of herbs and vitamins. And I'm on a thing called Butt Max.
What's that?
It's like a supplement that brings your butt to its maximum potential.
Oh, all right.
And I ate a bunch of shrooms. That was a bad call.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
That's maybe where you got it.
Yeah.
Where did you get it? Do you know? Do you have any idea who infected you with this terrible thing?
I've been shooting a movie. I think it was somebody in the crew.
Oh, on your crew. Oh, wow. And do you try to find them and fire them? How will that work?
Well, we don't know who patient 0 was.
You don't, yeah. I hope you're able to celebrate the 4th of July. Do you think that hopefully you'll be better. Did you have a plan in the first place?
Well, it's going to help for me when I leave here because I won't be in this.
Oh, yeah, right. That's true.
Yeah. I'll truly breathe the free air of the country, I think.
Yeah. I think it'd be nice actually to grill with those gloves on, though, don't you think?
Yeah, it probably wouldn't burn my hands. These are like for toxic waste, I think.
What was the 4th of July like for you growing up? You grew up in Berkeley, I know.
I did grow up in Berkeley, California, yeah. It was fun, you know, it's not like the most patriotic city on earth. I'd never seen a Confederate flag until I left Berkeley.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I have to say, once I did see it, I thought it looks pretty cool. Like the design of it is kind of nice. It's very symmetrical.
I see. You're just physically you're saying it.
Yeah, like from a design standpoint, I dig it. Like if you fold it in half, it meets perfectly in the middle. You know, it's like the back of a Mad magazine.
Yeah. All right. So see, that's a positive way of looking at it. Oh, by the way, I want to say congratulations. You're going to be hosting the Emmys this year.
I am. Yeah.
In September, I guess that is, right? Have you started working on it yet?
No, not yet.
Oh.
I've been sick.
Yeah. When do you think you will start working on it?
I'm thinking like easily within the next couple months.
Right. So you're taking this pretty seriously.
No, I am. I really am. I was hugely flattered that I got asked to do it. You know, that's such a dream job, and at the same time, it is like kind of hard because you know somewhere you're on a short list of people that are doing comedy on the network it's airing on.
On Fox, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm on Fox, so it's like probably between me and like Mo from The Simpsons. Which is like, I still beat out Mo, that's good.
Mo would be good, yeah. I like that we moved on from the plastic bubble and we're now trying to have a regular conversation.
We're just doing bits. You know the thing about airplane food, Jimmy? It's terrible.
I really feel like we're in that John Travolta movie right now, and maybe there should be By the way, I saw I don't know if we should call it
You can take them off.
You're this 7 Days in Hell. Is this a movie, would you say? Is it a mini movie? What exactly? How do you classify it?
We're calling it an HBO special comedy mockumentary doc sports event.
It is hilariously funny.
Thanks.
I mean, it was, you know what? I saw the previews and I thought that looks like it's going to be pretty funny, but I was not prepared for how unbelievably funny it is.
Thanks.
Well, explain to the audience exactly kind of what the idea is there.
The gist of it is my buddy Murray Miller and I, who went to summer camp together, Sky Lake Yosemite Camp in Bass Lake. I'm still in a bubble. We'd always liked tennis and wanted to write comedy, and we were like, it'd be funny to do a tennis comedy. And then a bunch of years ago, there was that one match at Wimbledon, the Isner-Mahut match, that lasted 3 full days.
Oh, yeah, right.
And we were laughing about it because it was like, this is comedic. It just won't end. And we were like, it'd be funny if somebody wrote something where a match just never ended. And then I was like, that should be us. We should write that. And then, so we wrote it, and then he writes for the show Girls on HBO. So
okay.
I was like, hey, we should pitch it to HBO. And he was like, great. We're doing it next week. And then we went in and we pitched it, and they were like, great, let's shoot it.
And your rival in the film, the guy who plays your rival, is Kit Harington, who plays Jon Snow on Game of Thrones, which is a crazy choice. I mean, I didn't recognize him when I first saw him in the attractions, and he's really good at it.
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to put him in this?
Well, I'm like sort of a Agassi bad boy of tennis mixed with McEnroe mixed with Borg guy, American. Yeah. And Kit's character is like a British, Andy Murray, the weight of England on his shoulders, kind of a Brit guy.
Yes.
And so we were like, well, so we need somebody relatively fit within this age bracket. So we Googled British actors' age bracket. And a bunch of really cool dudes came up. But we saw Kit, and I was like, holy crap, could we get Jon Snow to be in this? That would be incredible. Because I'm a huge Thrones head.
Yeah.
Everyone who knows me knows I'm a Thrones head.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
So we basically called him up and sent him the script. And I went to have a meeting with him, and I was like, all right, I'm going to pitch this thing to Jon Snow and see what he thinks. And I sat down, and I was like, hey, I'm Andy. He's like, hey, I'm Kit. I love the script. I want to do it.
You're living under some kind of a lucky star.
There's been zero resistance on this project.
Well, I think the audience is going to love it, too. When we come back, we're going to show you a clip from 7 Days in Hell. Andy Samberg is here. We'll be right back. That is Andy Samberg in 7 Days in Hell on July 11th. It will premiere on HBO. It is a ridiculous movie. You know who really is hysterically funny in the movie? Well, quite a few people, but John McEnroe really kind of steals the film.
Yeah.
He's profane. He's very, very funny. David Copperfield is very funny in the movie also.
Copperfield
assembled quite a cast there.
It's an ensemble for the ages.
It really is.
Yes.
It's the perfect length, too, because if it was an hour and a half, it would be...
Might wear out its welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a tight 2.5 minutes.
Where did you shoot that movie, or whatever it is?
Special event sports mockumentary thing.
Yes, yes.
We shot it in Palm Desert. And they had a grass court at this resort, so we shot there and did a build around it to make it look
I've been
like
to
Wimbledon.
that court. Yeah, right.
And it was great, except for the way we were able to get the court was it was off season because it was so hot. So it was 122 degrees.
Excellent.
And we shot 3 consecutive days of tennis, basically. And it worked because we're supposed to look like we've been playing forever. And within 5 minutes of walking out there, we were just dumping sweat and bright red. And Kid actually had a really funny moment where I was like, are you doing okay, man? Are you holding up okay? Are you staying hydrated? And he was like, it's like I'm either shooting in the Arctic in 20 below at the wall, or I'm in the desert. Why can't I just shoot someplace normal? I said your next movie is going to be a rom-com in Hawaii.
During a volcano.
During a volcano. That's going to go.
You seem to have based the look of your character mostly on Andre Agassi. Did you contact him beforehand?
No, but I'm a massive Agassi fan.
I am too.
Yeah,
yes.
he's the greatest. And
do you think he will? Do you know him at all?
I've never met him. I would love to.
I think he will think it's funny. Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah.
There are a couple things based on his real life.
Yeah. But a lot of tennis history stuff we put in from all over. It's a big amalgam of stuff.
Well, it is well worth seeing. It's called 7 Days in Hell. It premieres July 11th on HBO. Andy Samberg, everybody. Thank you, Andy. Guest has won more games in his first 3 seasons than any quarterback in NFL history, and one of them happened to be a Super Bowl. On July 16th, he spreads his wings as host of the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Sports Awards from the Seattle Seahawks. Please welcome Russell Wilson.
Great, man. How you doing?
Good. Andy has the flu, so we decided that this was the best way to go.
So I got to tell you a story. So I'm backstage, before the show, obviously, and all of a sudden I run into this guy with a bubble, and he sticks out his hand. I shake his hand. Next thing I know, he's in his pants.
What?
And then I realized it's Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
The craziest part about that is it wasn't me. I don't know who you're talking about, but that's disgusting.
That must have been his stunt double. Would you like us to deflate Andy a little bit or inflate him? How do you like your co-guest?
It looks a little deflated right now.
Looks a little deflated, yeah. Which are you more tired of talking about, the Super Bowl or your contract?
Oh, man, both.
Both? What about, you're still in, which is kind of crazy when you realize all that you've accomplished in just these 3 years, you're still in your rookie contract. You're still, I don't know if people are aware of this, but professional quarterback in the NFL is making $37,000 a year.
They believe
it's a joke. Come on now, it's a joke. So you're ready for the next contract.
That sounds exciting.
I would love to help you with this contract. I really would. Do you have an agent?
I do have an agent.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. But
maybe you can be his consultant.
How much money do you want? Because we could probably hash this out right now.
Can we take a collection plate, maybe?
No, you get it from the team. You've made enough money for them. I think it's okay for them to pay you. You want to be the highest paid player in football, correct?
I just want to be paid based off my play. It'll all work out in the end, and we'll figure it out.
It will. You want to stay in Seattle?
Yeah, I love Seattle. It's a great place to play.
It's the loudest stadium probably in the league. Does it take a while to get used to that? The fans being so loud?
No, I played at University of Wisconsin, played at NC State. It was always loud there, but obviously playing CenturyLink is very one of a kind, special place, and it's definitely unique.
Do you find that over the years the legalization of marijuana has mellowed the crowd at all?
Just a hair. Just in the past 2 years, I've noticed after my rookie year. So.
You're also a very good baseball player, and in fact, are you technically under contract with the Texas Rangers?
I am, but I'm probably as good as a baseball player as you're a softball player, I hear. So.
Well, yeah, I am a pretty good softball player. Thank you for pointing that out. But is that something you really would seriously be interested in doing? Is playing both sports?
Yeah, I've always wanted to play both sports. It's a kid's dream, growing up as a little kid. You're stuck in that bubble, buddy.
Wouldn't it be impossible to play for the Rangers, though? I mean, wouldn't you have to? You'd have to play for the Mariners.
Yeah, it'd be tough. It'd be tough to play, but there's always a way.
If you got traded to the Mariners organization, would you then take a whole different look at it? You would. Oh, wow, that would be something else. Well, see, that's how to make the money. You star in 2 different sports. What position do you play?
Second base.
Second base. Oh,
what'd you play in softball?
I played catcher. Well, no, in baseball I played catcher, but in softball, I do it all.
Yeah. They put you in right field.
What's that?
They put you in right field.
I never play the outfield. It's too hot out there. I get tired. I have to be near the cooler where the beer is, really.
What'd you play, Andy?
Right field.
Right field.
Hitter's position.
You've been dating Sierra, correct?
I have.
No, sorry.
No, not you, Andy. You haven't been dating. How long have you guys been dating now?
Well, we've been seeing each other probably for about 4 or 5 months now, just trying to, see how it goes.
Easing
it's
into
going really
it?
well. No, not easing anymore.
Oh, you're not easing
anymore. Been to the
anymore.
White House and been to some cool places. It's been fun. It's just a special girl.
So before you started dating, have you seen this?
Girl, you know, I'm feeling so good right now because the Patriots just won. Y'all know I rep Tom Brady all day, every day, straight up. Don't nobody even try to come to Tom Brady, but it's going to be crazy.
Now.
Well, that was our first argument. I saw that about a week ago.
Oh, you just saw it a week ago. Did that even dawn on her that she made that video?
You know, her answer, her response was the fact that, you know, the following week she was cheering for the Seattle Seahawks and that she was rooting for us the whole time. I don't know. I can't.
Sounds like she's very fickle, is what it sounds like to me. Andy, you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
I love how your hands are sitting.
Yeah.
This Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award, well, Andy is hosting the Emmy Awards coming up in September.
Yeah.
Is this something why are you doing this?
Oh, well, you know, I love kids, you know, and just being around them is going to be special. It's going to be a unique situation. Last year, I had the honor to win an award, and so this year, and Michael Strahan was the host last year. So
what award did you win from them last year, the kids?
Well, last year I won the Newcomer Award, so it was an awesome award for me to win, and it's kind of a new thing for them, so it was an honor. And then this year, I'm excited. I'm excited to slime. I'm a king of slime, so I get to slime guys like Derek Jeter.
Your coach, Pete Carroll, is known for, he used to be here at USC, he's known for playing pranks on his team. Has he done anything yet? Does he do it every year? Is it in training camp that he does this typically?
You know, he doesn't really, you know, do any more pranks anymore. He used to when he was at USC, but you know, he used to pay for pranks and his players, but he used to pay for both.
Yeah, well, yeah.
See how fast you have to catch on.
He's going to love that comment, yeah. I think you just...
that the call he played was a prank?
What's that?
Nothing.
We can't hear you, Andy.
Just trying to track the joke. I can't. It's very
because of the thing. Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah. Is that from the Super Bowl? I don't follow.
You're not hearing anything you're saying.
I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt.
It's okay.
You pop his bubble.
Yeah, no, you don't pop it because germs will come out. And by the way, kids have a lot of germs, and you got to be careful at that Kids' Choice Awards thing because kids are really filthy. They're really just a cesspool of bacteria.
You're a germaphobe.
I'm not a germaphobe, but I know I have kids and they're dirty.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 children.
3.
All of them snotty, all of them dirty. Yeah. Are you up for any of these awards?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm up for any awards, but I'm giving them all out, so that'll be fun.
Well, I tell you something. I hope you play in Seattle for the whole rest of your career. I'd love to see you play baseball. And I wish you a lot of luck on this hosting gig. It's the 2nd annual Kids' Choice Sports Awards, Thursday, July 16th. On Nickelodeon. Russell Wilson, everybody. We'll be right back with Butch Walker. Damon ran out of time for him. Nightline is next, but first, this is his album. It's called Afraid of Ghosts. Here with the song Bed on Fire with some help from the Dove and the Wolf, Butch Walker.
No, you got a lot of love, making me want you so bad. You never make this easier. You're so hard to have. And you know you never will know this, but you are already my kid. So baby, fire and wheel, gonna take you down over my knees, make that sound, make you seize, untie your hair, let it fall like morning rain. Bed on fire, love in flames, 100 times, make you say my name. Lay it shock with me till the darkness ends, and I'll do it again. Crying by me every day, and you leave me for dead. The puddle of my sweat, you're standing in the water of my sins. And you know you never will know this, but you are already my kid. So baby, fire and wheel, gonna take you down over my knees, make that sound. untie your hair. Let it fall like morning rain. Head on fire, love in flames. 100 times, make it say my name. Lay it shock with me till the darkness ends. All the take you down over my knees, make that sound, make you sneeze, untie your hair, let it fall like morning rain. Red on fire, love in flames, 100 times, make you say my name. Lay it shock with me till the darkness ends. I'll do it again.